It's been a minute since we talked, and today I would want us to have a real talk, adult talk. Huh? I can't believe I'm the one handling this, but you know what? We all know something someone somewhere doesn't know about. So, today I was watching a certain movie. It is a Kikuyu movie, and something clicked on my mind, and I thought of why not talk about this, because I know there are many people who go through such things. And before I go ahead, have you subscribed? Hi, Betty. Thank you. Ooh, Betty Ujalala. So I'm here today to talk about, hi Rachel. Um, I'm here to talk about relationships and the challenges that people go through when they are either dating or married or whatever, you know. So there are things that you go through because you are married to someone and they decide to treat you in a certain way, and there are things you go through because you love someone and they don't love you right back, so you struggle with making them understand that you love them and that they shouldn't give their heart to someone else, but they don't end up doing that, so you end up getting hurt. And it was a movie about a married couple, but the guy decided just to go and get another two, not one, two, uh, what do we call them? Side chicks. Two women out there, and he started to mistreat the woman in his house, who is supposed to be the first wife. So the wife was so loyal, she was loving, and she was using all the type of language you can use on someone just to get them to understand that you love them. But the guy never ever understood a thing. And I know either you have ever seen such a thing or you have ever experienced it. So on the comment section, I would want you guys to share something that you have gone through, or you know someone who has gone through the same thing I'm talking about, like struggling with love. You love this person, but they don't love you back. You end up hurting yourself. Why? Because you believe if you can do a certain thing, if you can do things a certain way, you can win them. But the thing is, if they don't love you, they do not love you. They won't love you. And at the end, you might end up hurting yourself. We women, me included, sometimes we think like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a trial. Even though it doesn't seem like it's yielding anything, I'm still gonna push, because the Bible says, you know, there are those people who stick by the Bible, what the Bible says, but they don't read the other side, the other part where it says, two people will live together, but the only thing that can separate them is death or infidelity. So people will say, a woman is supposed to be the one building the house. The family, if the family fails, it's about the woman. The Bible says so. That is what the Bible says. That is true. But the Bible says infidelity in marriage, it's allowed to separate you. So whenever one person decides to go the other way and they go out there, find themselves a man, because nowadays, it's not just the men, it is about men and women. Nowadays women are wise because they think, if you cheat on me, I can also play the game and cheat on you. So nowadays it is not about men, it is about both. So we are talking about both ladies and gentlemen. So what would make you to struggle with love when you can clearly see this person is not dedicated to you, they do not love you? What would make you stay in that marriage, stay in that relationship for more than 5 years, at most 5 years? What would make you? On the comment section, please drop those comments. I want to go through them so that we can keep on talking about this, because I know you know someone who did it, who went through it, or you yourself, you went through it. And I don't want to say I'm a witness. Guys, I'm clean. But I know very well people chase love where it cannot be found. You see, when you are new in love, things look good, very good. In fact, even if you fart, your partner might tell you, oh my God, that smells good. That smells good. Very nice. But later in life, something little like this, even looking at him, or maybe he's talking at you and you didn't hear, or she's talking to you and you didn't hear, a quarrel will start there. Why? Because on the way, love gets sour. Love starts very sweet, but when you walk on the way, it changes. I don't know why. What do you think? Why do you think love changes along the way? Because it is not what starts. At the beginning, it is super sweet, very sweet. And everything about the other partner is indeed very, very, very good. It looks always loving, and any comment is a sweet comment. But what happens when you walk like 10 miles down? What happens? Because at the first mile, we are good. But when we walk up to the 10th mile, we start seeing problems. And someone called Rachel Wanja, hi Betty, I can see you. Oh, you're saying hi to Betty. And Collins says, hi Elsie, you're looking great, thank you. Hi Elsie, Amos Bet following your talk. Okay, I want you guys to tell me, why do you think along the way love changes to something even you yourself cannot understand, yet you're the one who started it, but along the way it gets bitter, along the way it gets sour, and at some point you don't even want to see that person. At some point when you see them, you cry, not because you missed them or something, you cry because of how much they have hurt you. So why do you think things change, or what contributes to love becoming sour? What contributes to you moving from loving this person to hating them? Because nowadays we can see, even on the TVs, so many people are killing each other because of love. Why? Because along the way, love became sour. Love became intolerable. And again, do you have to stay there until you become a monster to be able to kill the other person because of love? Are you supposed to stick there simply because you love them and you believe there is something or a miracle might happen and you find yourself getting what you are looking for, getting what you've been chasing for? Is it worth it to stay somewhere and just wait until that day when they give you that love you are looking for, if they first showed you they cannot give it to you? Sometimes it is like this. People will start a relationship, but they make promises at the beginning, and these promises are promises you cannot even find in heaven, because in heaven you will pay for your deeds, but the promises people make to each other when they are starting their relationship, they are out of this world, and out of this world is heaven. So that's why I'm saying you cannot, in fact, you cannot even find them in heaven, because they would tell you, you are my world. Without you, darling, I cannot even be able to breathe. Yet, one day you won't be dead and they will still be breathing without you. So people lie a lot when they are kick-starting their love, but along the way, I don't know what happens. It just disappears to nowhere, and they don't love each other anymore, and they can even walk out of that relationship and go get someone else and make them who they promised the first person. And this is where it gets bitter. This is where people becomes monsters. Because let me ask you a question. Would you rather stay somewhere you know you are not wanted? They are showing you they don't need you. Would you rather stay there, or would you rather just move out, like get out of that relationship and go start afresh? Do people fear to start afresh when it comes to relationships? Can you guys tell me? Do you fear starting over in when it comes to relationships? Because I know most people fear starting over so many things in life, but in regards to relationships, would you fear starting over and prefer staying with someone you know very well, clearly they don't love me, they don't do anything, zero, to show me they love me, yet I better stay here with them simply because I am fearing to start over. I better have them here, and I know they are seeing someone out there, but for the sake of, I believe at the end I will win his love or her love, maybe I should stick here, encourage myself, and see maybe things will turn. Would you rather be in such a relationship, or would you rather just walk out and just go and start another life? And you know what? Maybe this wasn't your person, this wasn't supposed to be your spouse. Maybe there is another spouse somewhere waiting for a person like you, only that you are stuck here with this old relationship that is not working at all, but you believe you just want to stay here. Maybe a miracle will happen and they will change their mind and get to love you. Are there things like those? Do we have things like those in life? Or do we just think they can happen but they don't happen in real life? Have you ever seen or experienced this? Like someone's love for you ends, but the more you continue to stay there, they just at some point they just change their mind and they start loving you again. Have you ever seen this happen? Because maybe this is what makes people to grow old in relationships that are not working, because they are waiting for that day this person gonna change and give them love, yet this person, he doesn't have nothing to do with you anymore, and the love just vanished, and they cannot be able to love you anymore. But you stick there, you are staying there with the hope that this guy will sometime change, or this woman at some point they will change and maybe give me the love I'm looking for in them. So do people get to that point of, you know what, I left my wife, I left my girlfriend, I left my fiance, now since I have looked for love elsewhere and I cannot find it, maybe I should go back to her and show her a lot of love that will make her feel like I never left. Is there such a thing? Or are those dreams? Can you tell me? Oh my God, this is even so hard to explain. Like, is there such a thing like a person can divert their love for you for so many years without caring what you do, how you are faring, and without even showing you any type of love, but at some point in life they turn back and come to you and tell you, you know what, I still love you, I will take care of you, and I will never again leave? Would you even be able to trust them again? Are these things real, or they just happen because this person left you to thinking like there is someone out there who can show them more love than you do, but when they get out there they find like they cannot find what they are looking for, and they come back to you to now convince you that you are the best person for them? Would you even be able to trust them anymore? Would you even be able to welcome them back? Is this even real, or are these just things people do simply because they are desperate, simply because they are fearing to start afresh? What would make you stay somewhere you are not loved simply because you are fearing to get out there and start a new relationship, or just start a new life out there, or just be by yourself single? Because there are people who prefer, if this relationship fails, I'm gonna stay single for the rest of my life. Why? Because I got frustrated with the relationships. And there are those people who say, you know what, that one did not work, but I'm gonna keep on trying until I succeed, because my desire in life is not to stay single, but I find myself single. What do? Do I continue staying single because one relationship did not work, or should I just go out there and start another relationship? Because once you are single, you are single. That is what I believe. You can get another relationship. If one did not work for me, I can go look for another one. Maybe it would work. But the thing is, it is so hard to start a second relationship when one fails. Why? You still have the first fears about that person, and things that happened in the previous relationship might haunt you along the way, and you find yourself like you are not being able to balance, because everything you see that looks weird, it's a red flag for you, because you have experience with the first one. Now the second one, you are very cautious, like you don't want to take chances anymore. So how do people go about these things? Or how have you ever handled things in your situation? Is it too hard to get out there and start a new relationship after one fails? Or is it just okay to stay there where the relationship is not working, just to stay there and wait until it could start working again? Which one is more hard? Or which hard should I choose? Joyce Kawera, I see you. Mwaho wa marigo, doke njikerie mere. Anne Kahede, how are you? Nicholas, good morning everyone watching. Thank you so much. I want you guys to contribute to this. Is it better to stay in a relationship that is not working, other than to get out there? And with this, I mean, like, this relationship is not working, it is dissolved. I'm not saying starting a relationship out there when you still have another one going on. No, I'm not for that. I mean, like, you had your girlfriend, or you had your marriage partner, you had your wife or your husband, and at some point things stopped working, or love died, and then you are just single again. Would you rather stay in a relationship that is not working, or would you rather go out there and start a new relationship? Which one is hard, and which one is harder, and which one should you choose given a chance? The reason I brought this topic is because I know people nowadays, I don't know if it is decision making that is not following the right track, but people are ending up hurting each other, not just through love, but they can even go that far as killing a person because your love didn't work between yourself. So why would you stay with a person who, knowing they don't love you back, you love them but they don't love you back, only to feel so much hurt to a point of thinking how you're gonna kill them? Why would you kill a person because of love? If they don't love you, that means your love is somewhere else. That is my thinking. If you love a person and they don't love you back, that means your love is somewhere else. Only that you are stuck here and you don't want to get out of this, so that you can get the now your love where it is. Because I do believe in the world. There is a person out there who is your type. Do not lose hope because someone tells you you are not my type. You can be, it could be you are not their type, yeah? But in the whole world, out of the so many millions of people that exist in the world, do you want to tell me there isn't even a single person who is your type? That's a lie. So the thing is, stop focusing on this person. If they declare they cannot show you love, they don't have your love. Why would you stay there to just hurt yourself to a point of doing something that you'll be answerable before God? I believe in God, and everything about me revolves around God and my life too. Would you rather stay there, do something that will draw you away from God, or would you rather leave this relationship that is not working? Which one is better and which one is hard for you? Because for me, I would rather get out of it and go somewhere, maybe search for a new love because that is not illegal, or maybe stay single until I find myself, because the reason as to why people are not able to love you, the problem is not you. It has never been you. Trust me, the problem is them. You cannot be able to love a person before you love yourself. You have to love yourself first so that you can be able to love this other person, because we give what comes from our heart. What we have in our heart is what we pour out. So if you don't accept yourself, you will never ever be able to accept someone else, even in your life. And that is why you find so many people, when you're trying to date them, when you're trying to be in their life, they cannot accommodate you because nothing exists around them other than them. Why? Even them, it is only that they cannot be able to live away from themselves, because for one, they don't accept themselves, they don't even have confidence, they don't even love themselves. How will they be able to love someone else out there? So you wonder, why do I? And this keeps on repeating itself. If you are not cautious, it repeats itself so much. Like, you find that your first relationship didn't work, and you got into a second relationship and it didn't work either. Why? Because there are so many people out there who don't even have their own back. You know, the thing that we say, at least, even though people might not have my back, at least I have my own back. Because you are always supposed to have your own back, such that even though people might not support you, at least you have that confidence to face things. You have that you are brave enough to face things, even when you find yourself alone, like by yourself. You can still face life by yourself. There are those people who cannot do that. They need other people to be around them. They need a support system. We all do, yeah. But there is that time that comes, you find yourself just alone, just by yourself, nobody else, nobody even wanna be associated with you. Why? How would you deal with such a situation? In this situation, it is where we say you need to have your own back. Some people don't even have that. Like, if other people drops them, they just die. They won't die physically, but they will die in such a manner that they cannot do anything. They cannot move forward because nobody is supporting them. Like, they cannot even be able to push themselves over situations. They cannot even be able to face situations without people backing them. So, do you back yourself up? And I was saying the reason as to why so many people cannot even keep a relationship is because even themselves, they are slippery even with themselves. Like, it's very hard to handle themselves. There are people who don't even know what they want in life. Like, they don't know what they want in life in such a way that you can be so good to them, but they don't reciprocate this. So, do you end up fighting yourself, beating yourself up, saying, you know what, my first relationship didn't work, my second one didn't work, so I think I'm the bad one here? Before you go there, just figure out, sit yourself down, call yourself for a conference, and make sure you arrive very early with a notebook and sit down and ask yourself, okay, where did I fail? Did I fail in this? No. Did I fail in this? No. Did I fail in this? No. What was the problem? And when you analyze and find that the problem was not you, it was them, then I believe you can get to understand that some people, and there are so many of them, so it is very, very easy to meet 2 or 3 on your way, on your dating life or relationship. It is very, very easy to fall on the same type of a person again and again. Why? Because nowadays, especially nowadays, we live in a world where people are very selfish. People are very selfish such that they don't mind hurting other person's feelings. All they mind about, all they care about is them. And I keep on saying this. A selfish person, what they will end up with at the end, because there is at the end of everything, they will just end up with themselves, nothing else. Because a selfish person just works towards themselves. They will never care what they do to you. They will never care if they are mean to you. And they will do mean things to you repeatedly without caring. Why? Because all they care about in their life is about themselves. And here is where I say, work on yourself. If you would want to see love being given to you by people, then you have to give people the same thing you are looking for. If you want people to respect you, respect people so that it comes back to you. If you want love from people, love them genuinely. If you love a person genuinely, it is very hard to hurt them. Very hard to hurt them. If you love a person genuinely, it is very hard to disrespect them. The reason is why people disrespect other people is because they don't love them genuinely. Because everything that you love genuinely, you value it. And it is very hard for you to do anything that will ruin the relationship that you have together with either that thing or that person. Why do people take a lot of care to their cars? Why do people take care of their cars? Because they feel like the money I paid for this car was a lot, and the much I can do, or the best I can do, is to maintain this car because I spent a lot of money. Same thing with human beings to human beings. And in a relationship, this is the same thing. If a person values you, they will take precaution. They will be very cautious not to hurt you. If you see a person hurting you repeatedly, just know they don't value you. This is not rocket science. This is something you can tell. Because if a person hurts you repeatedly, it means they do not value you. So, most likely, you could be in that relationship by yourself. You are just alone. They left. They are there physically, but they left. So, number one thing that will make a person hurt you repeatedly is because they do not love you. Second thing, they do not value you. What you love, you value it. Number three is because this person doesn't even have love. Is not something that is in their heart. And when you don't have love, what do you have? Hate, of course, because you can't have both. You either love people or hate them. So these are things that contribute to people not reciprocating love when you show them love. Because for one, they don't even love themselves. Secondly, they don't even know what they want in life. They just there, whatever comes may, but they don't even know what they want in life. Number three, it is because they don't even get to know your value. They don't have nothing called value in their life. Like they don't know what to value most and what to not value. Like there are those things we call everything follows something we call a protocol. A protocol means there are things which are above, there are things that come first, there are things that come after, meaning it is what we call priorities. If someone cannot prioritize you as their loved one in a relationship, they have other things that come first and then you follow. That means they don't value you. Why don't they value you? Because they don't love you. And it is your decision. It is upon you to decide, do I want to stay here and chase love that is not even evident? Nothing to show that this person loves me, but I'm going to stick there. You know what? Why? Because I believe if I quit this relationship, it is very hard for me to get another person to love me, because I believe I am not lovable. Maybe your self-esteem is low there, but you know what? Your self-esteem might go down there because of people not showing you love, because of people not treating you right. But you are the same person who can make sure your esteem comes back. Nobody will give you back your self-esteem other than you. And how can you do this? Just every day, every morning, speak to yourself, because the words we speak, they are powerful. And before you get out there to get someone to tell you, I love you, just tell it to yourself first thing in the morning when you get up from bed. Speak to yourself. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself, you know what, Essie? Look at you. You are so beautiful. And you know what? Again, you are very courageous. You are confident. And you are everything. Everything good in this world. It is you. It shows on you, or it reflects on you. So when you talk good things about yourself in the morning, each and every morning, speak to yourself. Speak something good to yourself. Nobody will ever tear you down. Because why? When you tell to yourself good things, when you know in yourself that I am this, I am that, even though they might not give it to you out there, at least there is nothing so good, there is nothing so assured like when you have yourself, like you talk to yourself, telling yourself what you are. This means you know who you are. You don't wait for someone out there to confirm it to you. Already you confirmed it to yourself. I know I am confident, even though you feel like scary about something. Just talk to yourself. Tell yourself, I know how confident you are. I know how courageous you are. You are a brave woman. You can do this. You are so beautiful, very beautiful. If God created something in the world so beautiful, it is you. And you are talking to yourself. So, when you get out there, you won't be looking for someone to tell you how you are beautiful, because you know you are beautiful. Whenever you look at yourself on the mirror, just tell yourself how beautiful you are, how confident, how wonderful you are, and how fearfully you've been made by God. And once you walk out there, you have the confidence that you needed to walk out there like a soldier, out there like a winner. Never ever get out from your house feeling like a failure. Even though you might feel like a failure, refuse it. Refuse that. Walk outside of your house feeling like a winner, feeling like a soldier who is heading out there to conquer, who is heading out there to win. You have to speak to yourself in the morning. Tell it to yourself, you know what? I'm going to win this day. Victory is mine as I step out of this house, and I'm going to be that brave woman out there. I will face the world today with a lot of braveness. I will face the world today with a lot of confidence. Why? Because I know who I am. I like your teaching. Continue empowering and inspiring others to put yourself first. Yes, you have to. Good morning, everyone watching. Nicholas, how are you? So, What makes us to feel vulnerable or to even fall on the wrong heart, even in relationships, whatever type of relationship, is because, for one, we are looking for validation in others. Like, we want other people to confirm who we are. No, my identity is not in someone else. My identity is in me and in Christ. And the Bible says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Ask for that strength in the morning, each and every day. Speak good things about yourself, not necessarily in front of people, but do it even when you are alone. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself good things. Yeah? Tell yourself, even you can even prophesy to yourself, telling yourself, you know what? I will get a good husband. There is nothing wrong about prophesying about a good husband. Even though, even if you have 50 years, even if you are 50 years old, prophesy upon yourself. Talk to yourself on the mirror and say, you know what? I will get that good husband. That good husband that I have ever dreamt for. I will get a wife, a lovely wife. There is something the Bible says about a good wife and a husband. I don't want to say it because I'll mix it. I always say it the other way. But I know a good wife is given by God. Is that what it says? I believe so. So, ask God in the morning. Even if you are 50 years or 60 years, still your dream will come to pass. Your dream will come to be a reality. Just look on the mirror. Talk it. And whenever you pray and ask God about it specifically. You know what? You say to God, God, you know very well. And God knows anyway. You are just like telling him, not reminding him, because God doesn't have that memory issue. And you can tell God, you know what? God, I know you can create for me a good husband that will take good care of me. And if you are a man, you can say, God, you know what? I know, God, you are the one who created people. And you are the one who gives lives to people. Who every person that I see on this universe they are alive because, God, you have given them life. So talk to God and tell them, God, I need a wife, a beautiful wife. A wife that I will grow old with. Don't worry. Even if you are 40 years or 50 years, you are not late to get married. Even if your first relationship fell apart, that is not the end of it. You can still get another person. Even if you have 4 children, there are those people who scare women, especially us women. Simply because I have 3 or 4 kids, you are here telling me, you know what? It is so hard to get a husband, especially when you have 4 kids. So what? Who told you that? There are those men out there who are also looking for a person with kids simply because some of them, they cannot even be able to bear kids. So they are looking for that woman with kids. They can just come and unite and have a family together. They can blend their family. So do not be scared by people telling you, you know what, you are late in getting married. So what? Who told you? There is no bell that's supposed to ring. Ring, 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 ring. All people who are below this age, now you cannot get married anymore. Who told you that? You can still get married. You can still get a good husband. You can still get a good wife who you will grow old together, because God can give you that wife. God can give you that husband. Sometimes we go astray. Sometimes we forget that in everything we have to seek God. This is where we go astray. We fail. And it is okay to fail because we are human beings. We fail a lot. And the only thing that keeps us close to God, it is the grace of God. It is okay. But sometimes why we don't get that good husband for the second time or the third time is because we don't seek God. We don't seek God first to ask him to give us now that husband that won't disappoint us like the first one. That woman or a wife that will not disappoint you like the first one. It is not just men who get disappointed by wife. by women. It is not just women who get disappointed by their husbands. It happens both ways. It all depends with what made you to separate. So, or what made your life, like your love, not to flourish. I know there are those people who enjoy love. There are those people who have families that look beautiful even out there, not even faking. Not all of them fakes. There are those people who have beautiful families, and I know, why would you be exception? Why would will you be exceptional? Like, God can create for you a good husband, a good wife, but do we remember whenever we are getting into these relationships? And I will come back with a personal story. Just so I will come back with a personal story, because I don't want to talk about it right now, but I will come back with a personal story. Like, most of the time we just jump in to a relationship without asking God anything. But when the relationship gets sour, we are here praying, fasting for a relationship you never asked God about. But now, because this relationship is heading south, now you want to incorporate God. I don't think God works in that way, but God is so gracious. Still, He can do something. But why would you just forget God when you are getting into a relationship? Just to come back when things look bad, to now call God upon something He wasn't even questioned. You just got in and you moved on like you never did anything. You never missed a thing. And when the relationship becomes sour, now you are here fasting and asking God about things you did not even inform Him. Like, for real, I think sometimes God looks at us like this and He's like, you know what? These children of mine, I don't even know what to say about them, because now she's here telling me about her husband that she never ever questioned me when she was getting into this marriage. But now, because she doesn't know where to go, she comes back to me. And you know what? God is so gracious. Whenever we come back to God, He will always listen to us. But when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships, please, just use my case study. I won't say what, but use me as a case study. Don't try yours. Guy, hey, don't. Just do this. Whenever you want to get into a relationship, a new one, please seek God. Not to bring the wife in a dream. No, I'm not talking about those things. But for God to direct you, to order your steps. To order your steps so that in future, or down in life, you won't have to regret things. Most of the time, we think that we are supposed to see with our eyes. That is true, because you cannot see with your ears. Neither can you see with your mouth. You will always see with your eyes. But what are you seeing? What are you seeing? You can see everything, but does everything belong to you? How do you choose what to pick, what not to pick? Some people pick their marriage partners due to situations. And other people, they just pick them because they want some, they are looking for convenience, a certain convenience. So the way you choose your marriage or your marriage partner, the way you choose your spouse, it will determine what will happen moving forward. And I'm not a marriage counselor, but I have experience. I have experience, and I know everybody does. If you are over 18, 21 there, I know you have ever found yourself in a relationship. But my question was, is it easy to stay in a relationship that is not working other than get out there and start over? Would you rather stay in a relationship that is not working simply because you fear getting out there and starting another relationship that you think it might not work like the first one? Or would you rather just face things as they are and get to understand this person is not willing to show me love the same way I love them? So the best way is to end this relationship, because the relationship will never be one-way traffic. Never. If it is one-way traffic, just know that one person died long time ago. They rested in peace. long time ago, so that this other person can live comfortably, happily ever after. Sometimes when you hear people say happily ever after, it is not about two people. Two people do a wedding, two people marries, but the person who lives happily ever after is just one person. The other person is made to die so that this person can remain with that part of happily ever after. But when two people decide to move forward together, there is what we call, they try as much as they can not to be selfish, and they try as much as they can to retain the spark of love that was there at the beginning. Because I know, before you decide to settle down with a person, there is that spark of love that made you people to be together. If you maintain that, you will end up well. If you let this spark to go off, then you are off as well. If you decide to stay there just for the sake of, you know what, I cannot go out there because, for one, nobody will love me out there. I'm old. I have kids. I have a status that I used to have, like my status used to be married, but now if I go out there, people know I was married, and maybe remarrying might get me, it might get people to question about it. And you know what, I don't feel like I can get another person, because people will always question it. So how do you make your decisions? Do you make your decisions, especially your relationship decisions, in regards to how people will deal with it, or do you make your decisions according to how you feel, and if it makes you comfortable there? What do you weigh? Weka AC. Betty. So funny. It's getting hot. Oh yeah, it is. GW, how are you? Jerry Mwagi, how are you? Helena Maina, Wai Aki wengine wetu, we have been so disappointed. The thing is, you can be disappointed, but refuse to lose hope. Getting disappointed is okay, because you don't choose to get disappointed. Things come and they get you disappointed, but do you just stay there on the floor, feeling disappointed and not moving forward? You know what? You have a person who can love you just the way you are. There is a person among the so many millions that we have in the world. You have a person, I don't know how to say that in English. You have a person, oh yeah, your type. You have a person of your type. The thing is, the minute you accept that you are defeated, it is okay to be, it is okay to enter into a battlefield and you get challenged by being beaten, but refuse to feel defeated. The minute you stamp that and you say, you know what, I think I'm defeated, you just make yourself, or you put yourself in another category of people who feel hopeless in life. So the only way you can avoid feeling defeated is for you to refuse to feel defeated and just say what, you know what, I lost that one, but I can get another one. I know I lost it, but that doesn't mean, okay, let me give you this example. Here are some officers, or they are army men, army policemen. They go to a war in Vietnam. So in Vietnam, they are fighting with the Vietnam residents, or whoever they are. So they get defeated there. Do they come back as army, or do they come back as people who have lost even their jobs because they got defeated? No, that is not what happens. They come back as army, wearing the same uniform that they went out with, carrying their guns that they had out there, simply because they got defeated. It did not demote them. It did not make them lesser of army. It did not make them to lose even their uniforms. Whenever you see a policeman, whenever you see an army person, the reason as to why you know they are working in that department is the uniform they wear. The minute they remove that uniform, you cannot be able even to tell where they work, if they are civilians or not. So whenever you get defeated somewhere, refuse to look defeated. Just get up, shake off the dust, and start over. Losing one relationship will never make you stay single for the rest of your life unless you want. There is always a person somewhere who is waiting for that person. And that person is you. And they will be able to date you just the way you are. Even if you have 10 children, don't worry. It's okay to have 10 children. The person who is being dated is not the children, it is you. Why would you fear? Why would you feel like you are not acceptable anymore? People cannot accept you anymore because you have children. Children are blessings, and never ever go to a person and lie to them you have kids. If you have 10, tell them I have 10. Are you willing to take a herd of 10 kids and me now? If they are willing, if they love you, they will take you as the way you are as a package. If they don't, let them walk and find their type, and you will find your own type. Like I told you, even if you have 10 kids, there is someone who cannot bear kids, and they are looking for a person who has kids. So don't lose hope. The whole world is big. The world is very big, and there is always that person who can make you their type. And I will end this video because I need to go and take some sleep. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and keeping me busy here, talking. Like I tell you, I talk too much. When the camera starts rolling, I talk because I believe it helps someone somewhere. There are people who need to hear this. And like I said, I will come back with a story. Yeah. And we will discuss it here. So guys, have a good day. Have a good night if you're watching this from USA. If you're watching this from other parts of the world, have a good day. And see you when you see me. But don't forget to keep on keeping on, because the reason as to why I give these stories is to inspire, is to encourage, and to inform a person. Whenever I talk about something, I try as much as I can to involve through life experiences, even if they're not from me, they are from other people, so that someone somewhere can learn something they did not know. People sometimes, they get lost because they don't know what to do, where, when, why, how. So that is why I started doing these videos, so that I can inspire, I can encourage, and I can also inform. Information is power. So if you are out there and you have an inspiring story that you would want to share with me, and we can do a video and I will post it on my YouTube channel for people to get to listen. If you have such a story, please hit me up through esiwakago@gmail.com. You can also reach me through esiwakago on Facebook, esiwakago on Instagram, and esiwakago, of course, on YouTube. And we can get to air your story here on YouTube. If you know a person also who would want to share their story with us, they are welcome to do so, so that we can inspire, encourage, and inform people. So bye bye, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night. See you when you see me. Nice.